As a boy growing up in Pakistan, Zach Ahmed dreamed of coaching a football team. At the age of 21, he moved to Australia to pursue that dream, but 1 week after arriving, his life suddenly changed.
My both legs, they were not able to move. So doctors, they just said that it would be a miracle if you come out of it, because in medical science, they don't have any cure for this disease.
Ahmed had contracted polio, a disease that paralyzes and sometimes kills its victims.
I thought that my dreams are over now. I can't do anything in my whole life. And I was really much shocked.
Ahmed's experience is not unique. Hundreds of thousands of people used to get polio, a virus that spreads as easily as the common cold. Polio is no longer a concern in Western countries because of mass inoculations starting in the 1950s. But children in developing nations lived under the constant risk of infection until more recently, when an international service club took aim at eliminating the disease. It's here in the small Australian town of Nambour that the battle to eradicate polio began. It was one man's vision that if just 2 drops from a bottle like this one could prevent children from getting the disease, that global eradication could be within reach. Now, 20 years on, they say they're 3 years away from realizing that vision.
I picked up a Reader's Digest, and there I read that for $100 million, the World Health Organization had eradicated smallpox. And this fired my imagination. I thought, my gosh, we could do something like that.
Sir Clem Renouf, then president of Rotary International, convinced Rotarians across the globe to unite against the disease by raising money to fight the virus and by volunteering their time toward that effort.
Suddenly we realized that we have the capacity and the encouragement as Rotary clubs to do major projects. Then the eradication of polio was no longer an impossible dream.
Rotary International pledged to raise $120 million to pay for immunizing children against the disease. Rotarians have since raised more than $900 million to end polio. Rotary is now a partner with the World Health Organization, UNICEF, the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation for a renewed effort to eradicate polio. The WHO says since 1988, more than 2 billion children around the world have been immunized against polio. The campaign is focusing on Pakistan, Afghanistan, India, and Nigeria, the 4 countries where the disease remains. Jenny Horton helps coordinate Rotary's efforts in those countries.
We have teams of people just going door to door, ensuring that every child under 5 is vaccinated with drops. So it's a huge program, but the effects of that program are just enormous in preventing disability.
For Zach Ahmed, just 1 week after getting polio, his immune system began to fight the virus. He credits the oral polio vaccine he received as a child for giving him a new lease on life.
In the morning I wake up, I was sleeping and I just turned around and my body was moving normally.
The end of polio may be within reach. When the campaign first started, the World Health Organization says the disease paralyzed more than 1,000 children every day. So far this year, only 561 cases have been reported.
We will keep going till the end. We are there. We don't want any more children disabled. It's really, really important that every time we reach every child with polio drops.
Tiny drops, which are now bringing big hopes of eliminating the second disease ever from the globe. Derek Henkle, VOA News, Nambour, Australia.